How do you guys feel about obviously a good win, a little bit of slippage there in the second half? How concerning is that, and then what's kind of the takeaway from all that?
Oh yeah, I mean each game presents itself with different things that you can learn, and that's something that we have to learn. Is in Pac-12 every game is going to be a grind for 40 minutes, regardless of what you do in the first half, second half. Teams aren't going to give up; they're not going to lay down. So just got to continue to compete. And I thought we did a good job in that last minute of weathering the storm and figuring it out. But yeah, we got to be better in the second half.
Did they give you a little bit of break? They didn't foul Lonzo until there was 9 seconds left on the shot clock. Did that surprise you a little bit?
I mean, there's different strategies of how you want to attack that point in the game, but we were up, I think, 5 at that point, so I thought they were going to foul right away, but they decided not to.
Hey guys, how different is this crowd and this atmosphere than in the previous seasons?
We've had games where it's been really electric in here, but just the steadiness of the crowd has been awesome. It's been a blast, and we've had I don't know how many games over winter break where the students have been gone and they've still shown up. So that's huge for us, and we definitely see it and we acknowledge it. So big thank you to all of them that show up.
TJ, your dunk pretty much went to SportsCenter, tweeted out almost instantaneously. How much can you talk about how that play developed?
I saw opening, took it, and then jumped and tried to dunk it. Luckily, he missed a little bit. I thought it maybe should have been an and one, but, I mean, it was a good dunk, and it was a good play, and excited about it.
Favorite play so far of your season?
Personally, yeah.
Who taught you that? Oh, come on. I can talk all day on that if you want to do that.
Hey, Coach was talking about the pace you guys like to play at. What pace do you normally like to play? Like, if it was, what do you practice, and what is it supposed to be?
Well, that's what we try to emulate in practice is play at even a higher pace in practice than we do in games to make it harder in practice than it is games. So we go at each other in practice, and that's one of our biggest things is pace. Pace and space is kind of our thing. So we did a great job of that in the first half, but a lot of that has to do with defense too, because you can get out and you can really space the floor that way.
TJ, you guys go.
Like, is that 7 seconds or less suns, or is that like that speed?
Yeah, I mean, it's not so much about getting a shot up early. It's just about flying around and using our – I mean, we're a very quick team, very fast team, so when we can run around off screens and just really move the ball side to side, that's what we do.
TJ, you guys doubled Rab quite a bit. I think every time he got the ball. Well, how important was that to the game plan to stop him offensively?
It was huge, but, I mean, as you can see, we didn't do the best job. We ended up with 20 and 17, so we obviously have a lot of work to go on that. But, I mean, that was definitely a big part of the game plan. I think early it worked pretty well in the first half, and then we just kind of got away from a lot of defensive schemes in the second half and just weren't really as into it as we should have been. But it's definitely has room to grow as we can all see, but it was a good – I don't know. He had 20 and 17, so we didn't do the best job on him.
Bryce, Coach talked about in those last few minutes when Cal was making that comeback that you and Lonzo in particular kind of stepped up a little bit as leaders in the huddle and trying to get guys fired up a little bit more. What's your role as a leader? How has that sort of evolved now to this point, and what have you seen from Lonzo and the way he's sort of grown his voice over the course of this season?
Yeah, I mean, that's been huge. I've always been a very vocal guy, especially on the court. These guys probably get annoyed with me, how much I talk, but Lonzo came in as a very quiet guy. Off the court and in the locker room, he's very loud and stuff, but on the court, he takes care of business, and that's what he does. And his development of being able to talk when we need him to talk, it's not something that he needs to do all the time, but when we need him to talk, he does a great job of it. So that's what we need him to do tonight.
TJ, when you get to go against Rab or a top player like that, 2 top players like that, do you feel that you're getting to gauge yourself and where you are with things? Sorry, I'm a little distracted there.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you're going against such a talented player who rebounds so well, plays so hard, and he's just such a good player like that, it definitely motivates you to play a little bit, get a little into it, and just guard him. But it was fun. I mean, we both just went at each other, and it was a good time.
How scary did that get there at the end? I mean, you guys were up 20 or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's like 5. Was there a point where you felt like the game was in doubt there?
I mean, we're a confident group. We don't ever doubt our abilities or whether or not we're going to win a game. You know, we're very confident that we have winners on the team. We have gamers. That's what we are, and so. You know, they made a great run at it, but luckily we did a good enough job in the first half, and then in that last minute, 2 minutes of just pulling it out.
Lonzo, what was that second half like for you guys when they were coming back on you?
Just a learning point. You know, we kind of let off the gas pedal a little bit. Wasn't guarding the way we did in the first half, and got a little bit too close, but fortunately we pulled it out.
Lonzo, Coach talked about how over here in the last few minutes how in the huddle that you and Bryce started to take over a little bit more as being leaders in that regard. How do you feel like you've come along over the course of the season as far as from a vocal leadership perspective?
Yeah, I think it's been getting better every game. You know, tonight I felt I should have talked a little bit earlier, but like I said, fortunately we pulled it out. I got Bryce and Isaac helping me throughout the whole way. Appreciate them.
Those end of half 3-pointers seem like they're becoming a thing for you a little bit. Has that always been a part of your game, or is that something that you've kind of done this year? You've done it 3 times, I think.
Coach puts the ball in my hands and make plays when it's limited time, and when they sag, I just shoot it, and I'm happy it goes in.
When it comes to being a leader, I mean, you coming in freshman, you got seniors around you. What's it like, you know, to try to speak up and be vocal? How hard is that to do?
It's pretty easy. You know, like I said, Bryce and Isaac the whole way pretty much gave me the green light to do whatever I want, and I'm just grateful to be playing with them.
And I guess now after 16 games, how do you feel this season has sort of gone for you? What's the experience been like?
Season good. You know, 15-1. I ain't got no complaints.
What kinds of things did you say and do in that second half to try and get the guys in the right mind frame?
You know, we knew we weren't guarding right. You know, we had, I think it was 3 minutes left when we came over, and we just had to guard. You know, that's the only thing. We know offense is going to be there. You know, we didn't score that well the second half. We still ended up with 80 points, so offense is not a problem. We just got to make sure we defend.
Lonzo, Coach was talking about the pace that you guys play at and up and down, and you don't always see that in college. Like, is that something that you expected when you came here, or is that something that evolved throughout practice?
Yeah, that's the reason I came. You know, Coach Alfred said just run the offense for me. So we had the team to do it. You know, got a lot of shooters, a lot of guys that can be very versatile, and it just works to help us on the court.
You guys have had some pretty good crowds since the Michigan game. Have you guys noticed that, and how much has that meant to you guys to have that?
Of course. You know, anytime you get to play home and you see all the people up there, you know, just grateful for them. And as long as they keep coming, we keep putting on a show.